Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Talk. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Talk. Let the truth talk to him.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Truth Talks. I'm your host, Crazy Bone.
What's happening? I'm the co-host, Keith G.
And we definitely thank y'all for tuning in to us, lending us y'all ears. We know it's a million other podcasts you can be listening to and watching. Thank you for being here with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Crazy Bone, Truth Talks. So the last time we left y'all with a, with a show that had a part 2 to it. And
right.
This is the part 2. So welcome to the part 2. And we're still talking about paying attention to those signs of the times that we see everywhere out here in this world.
Oh, yeah.
So when we left off the last time, we were talking about how these TV shows and what kids see on TV and how that has been a great influencer in their lives.
Yeah, man.
You know, you look at any one of these TV shows that's aimed at the younger audience, say from 8 to 18, these shows always portray the child as running the entire household.
Yeah.
They're always outsmarting the parents. You know, the father who's supposed to be the head of the household, he has no clue, absolutely no clue
What's going on?
as to what's going on in his own house.
Word.
You know, and sometimes these kids shows, they don't even have parents in the house.
Yeah.
They don't even cast parents. They talk about their parents on the show, but you never see them.
Yeah.
And so the kids is just running the show. And to a child watching this, it's sending the wrong idea that, I can go through life and do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to answer to nobody. That's definitely that's definitely part of the problem. Not all.
But some of it.
Oh, yeah.
It does paint that picture, though, Craig.
It.
It does paint that picture like that, and the people that direct television and they put this thing down, they know the effect that it has. They know that we're pretty much going to emulate something because it's the same way they use for commercials when you're trying to get something to eat or you're buying a car. They know it's going to appeal to you, whoever's watching whatever bracket of show that they got going on. Mm-hmm. So to show a cartoon or a sitcom where the parents is like numbskulls, if it's a parent at all, like you said, that's what a child, gets used to doing. They get an appetite to want to do what they want to do instead of being, taught or learn something.
Mm-hmm. And I believe we was in the 2 Timothy 3, and we left off at we just talked about we left off and I went in verse 2, 2 Timothy. Okay, so it says the next one is disloyal. We see marriages end in divorce because one or the other mate was unfaithful, disloyal. Or have you ever been betrayed by somebody? Or, you told somebody something that was supposed to be between you and they betrayed you and spread your business.
Yeah.
I know I have.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Every human done did that.
Man, it's betrayal on many levels, small to great, and I have clearly seen the signs of that disloyalty as well. It's hard to trust people these days.
Oh, man.
Very hard, even if you want to. It's hard to trust people.
My grandma said if you can count a few friends on your fingers, you found a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a lot of people who they stay itched to tell the story. And what's colder, it's always somebody itching to hear the story. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Your private business or something that you console into as opposed to be friend. Next thing you know, it's all over the place,
In verses 3 and 4, it continues on. It says, having no natural affection, not open to any agreement. I just sent you two videos the other day.
Man,
where a mother had just murdered her son. I think he was 15 years old.
He was young.
She had just murdered her son. No. He wasn't 15 years old. She shot him 15 times. She shot him 15 times. And when the police informed her that she had succeeded in killing him,
yeah,
she basically jumped for joy.
Looked like she won the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Like she was thanking the officer, and and they looking at her like no natural affection.
And this is the mother. Now the daddy sometimes to do some outlandish things because that's pops. You know what I'm saying? There's still no excuse for that because you're still a parent. But
Exactly.
the mother kicked it with you 9 months before you even met anybody. You know what I'm talking about? She's supposed to be close to you. So to see a mother do something like that to her child and be happy that he's gone, that was cold.
And we've all seen the videos where somebody is being victimized, and there's many different witnesses and bystanders around. But what do?
Taking pictures with their camera, filming it.
They pull their phone out and start filming instead of coming to the aid of that person. You know,
That's crazy, bro.
that's another sign. No natural affection.
No apathy, empathy, sympathy, nothing. None of those pathies. You know what I'm saying at the end. Because people just stand around and do nothing. And they say when
It's gone.
good people don't do nothing, that's when bad things happen. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
I mean, the video you showed me of dude getting whooped on, he was already knocked out. All he did was pour the bucket of water on this street racer car dude, and every door got open. You know what I'm saying? You would think that he hit the car with a sledgehammer or something like that. You know?
Yeah,
I'm talking about got on and just they
That's
did
wrong.
him dirty.
Yeah, but in these days you gotta learn that lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
In these days and
Yeah,
times.
you know what? Yeah, don't be messing with nobody. Even I tell my moms and them, don't even honk the horn at nobody. Somebody going slow, you don't even know who that is. Don't do that because people gonna trip just for something like that. It was something a little while ago, and I'll definitely be brief on that. It was something a while ago where if your headlights was off and you just trying to be a cool citizen and tell them your headlights is off and flick yours, that's when they finna hit you back with that steel.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Continuing in verse 4, it says slanderers. Now we see this in politics all the time, all day, every day, when one political figure slanders another one.
Yep.
And they go back and forth, trying to make each other look good. We see that now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's basically, if you look at the elections, when we see the elections,
all day
you're gonna see commercials of Biden calling Donald Trump trash.
Real talk.
You're gonna see commercials of Trump calling Biden old trash.
All that.
You know what I'm saying? So we see that with the people that's supposed to be running this place.
Supposed to be the leaders, G.
We see that with them. The next one is without self-control. People are basically doing what they want to do and saying what they want to say with no regards for the next person's feelings.
Yeah.
We see that on a daily basis, and that runs along with the next one, fears. We can't ignore the fact that in these critical times, hard to deal with, that we are seeing people are more violently agitated and turbulent in these times.
Yeah.
People get agitated by the smallest things, like
Quick.
you just said, cutting somebody off in traffic. People done got killed for they may not even done it on purpose, just trying to get through traffic like everybody else did.
Yep.
And some dude just at the end of his rope can't take it no more. That was just his last straw. You know what I'm saying?
That's how amped up people are these days. For anything. It's almost like they say that powder keg thing. It's just ready to blow. You never know who woke up on this side of the bed that you in traffic with, or sharing the same space in a schoolhouse or a grocery store. Mm-hmm. Somebody just come in. Look how many of those kids already go up in these schools with these. I don't even know where they're getting some of these weapons too. But they're going up in these schools and letting everybody have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the end they'll say, well, he didn't feel like he was fitting in. That's the thing like that, you know?
And that leads us to the next one, without love of goodness. Today, good is bad, bad is good. Some things that weren't accepted just 10 to 20 years ago, things that we know God didn't accept are being embraced on a major level. And if you don't embrace them, you're looked at as the outcast.
Yeah, you the outcast.
You the one that could lose everything. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with the agenda. It's like everybody loves what's bad for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we can speak all day on this, but move on to the next one. It says betrayers. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing as, one of the other was not being able to trust nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? in this music business alone, you find yourself, you become a liar because you know you're being lied to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I tell everybody, you can't slay the monster unless you become the monster. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how that works. So like in the industry, it's a bunch of liars. They'll tell you anything, but you will be betrayed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one artist in this industry that has not been betrayed.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. And by the people that you think that you sign into.
Exactly.
You know, that you thinking these people finna, you know, the company, big companies and huge companies. And, you know, I ain't gonna stay on it long, but it's more than enough to go around. You know what I'm saying? These people will put something in and they'll have you end up paying for everything on that thing, and they're gonna take the money from you and how much it costs to put the project together and all that. You straight being betrayed. And they the ones who know the business of it. And at the same time, they're portraying music out there that they know is going to cause harm for everybody too. So you being betrayed in both ways, financially and with the messages that people's putting out too.
Straight up. Then the next one is Headstrong, Puffed Up with Pride.
Man,
We actually did a whole episode about pride. Y'all should go back and you may want to go back and
check
watch it.
that.
We done a whole episode just on that alone. It's a very good episode, so we won't spend too much time on that one. But the last sign at the end of verse 4 and 5, it says, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having an appearance of godliness but proving false to its powers, and from these turn away. Now, we all know that the majority of people on this planet could care less about God or anything spiritual.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of people don't like to read or talk about the Bible. Because when you read the Bible, when you look at the Bible, you're being exposed to who you really are. It's like you're looking at the mirror, and a lot of people, when they read the Bible, they're like, ugh.
Yeah, check that mirror.
That's me. They're like,
Put some
wait
towels
a
over the
minute.
mirror, yeah.
I didn't know that was me. Bro, because I done it. I'll still read it today and be like, oh, man.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're learning too, so now you're accountable for what you know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You just can't be living in bliss without, well, I know that. And that's what a lot of people don't want to read because they think it's uncomfortable. Now you know you have to do better.
A lot of people would rather distract themselves with the pleasures of the world instead of pursuing God. And then verse 5 brings out, some people claim to be lovers of God, but the way they act and the way they live their lives don't match up with loving God. People claim to love God, but they still indulge in these, like I said earlier, these man-made holidays, something that the Bible clearly says God does not approve of. Or people that say they love God, they trust God, or they rely on God, but they're involved in politics. They take side in wars. They participate in voting in elections, not realizing that involving themselves with politics is telling God that you really don't love him, you really don't trust him, you really don't rely on him, you really don't think he can do what he told you he's going to do, and you don't need these people to do what I told you that I'm going to do for you. Because man is not salvation.
Sure ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's 100%.
They can't do what God can do. So
and on top of that too, Craig, it's a lot of folks that act like they like religious or whatever it is, and they cold to people. You know what I'm saying? They act like they real, friendly or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? In the daytime or whatever it is, but they treat people horrible. Like that. What's that Good Samaritan type situation that Christ was talking about? You know what I'm saying? These two dudes talking about he on the way to go to the temple at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he just bailing doing this thing. Ain't got no time
to
to stop for the dude that's in traffic just dying in the middle of the street.
The dude was a Samaritan. For people that like where
that's where it comes from. Yeah,
where that whole saying comes from. The dude was a Samaritan, and Jews back then they didn't
get along. They was like Bloods and Crips back then. Samaritans
they had no
and Jews.
dealings with them. But the Samaritan is the one. Like Jews and other people like past this dude, but the Samaritan was the one who helped the Jew.
Yes.
When nobody else helped him.
And that's
where the phrase he was a good
for.
Samaritan comes
yes. From. And that's what he's looking for too, for not to be act like just act like on the outer parts that you represent me, but on the inside, do you care about my folks? Do you care about people? Is you thinking about somebody else other than just yourself? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And not being trying to do good so you can receive good. You're trying to do something because this is the way we're supposed to treat one another. We're supposed to look out for whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that Good Samaritan doing, and he talking about right there too, you know?
Now, after discussing all these signs and seeing that we are witnessing all this stuff take place in our time, some people purposely have chosen to just ignore them. Some will say, it's nothing to worry about. You know, crime has been happening for years. Wars have been happening since the beginning of the time. Nothing new here. Do not listen to these people.
Please don't.
Sure, it's been crime. Sure, it's been wars before. But what we are witnessing is a rapid increase.
Word.
It's a rapid increase of these things. And they're all happening all these signs we just used to see in spurts. But now they're all happening at the same time, simultaneously, they're overlapping.
Yeah.
You know, they're starting to overlap, and people have absolutely no regard for what God is asking us to do. That's true. God is asking. That's the key word, bro. This is why people are going to feel so serious, because God is asking, pleading with us.
Yes, he does.
We should say, pleading with us to turn around and listen to his word. Look how God is pleading with us in this scripture. Isaiah 48:18, he says, if only you would pay attention to my commandments. If only. That sounds like your parents, man, if only you would listen to me, you wouldn't be going through all this.
Real talk.
That's basically what he's saying. If only you would listen, pay attention to my commandments, then your peace will become just like a river and your righteousness like the waves of the sea. But nobody is listening.
And he is, and you know what? A lot of people, like you say, they say, you know what? People been saying he been coming back and doing this and that and all that from the beginning of time. People should be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how merciful that he is. Because he could have did this whole thing in a long time ago.
Yeah, he could have.
You know what I'm saying? But he want people to come unto repentance. He understand how life go. We caught up in a lot of different things. We got a professional dude that's trying to keep us away from our God. That's Satan. You know what I'm saying? He had his fall already. You know what I'm saying? He know he doomed. He's just trying to take as many down with him as possible. So to do that is trying to ruin the relationship between man and our royal God that then created us, took care of us, literally feeds us and clothes us. We may think we go to work to do all our stuff, but try to do that without no breath in your body and see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So he literally takes care of us and look after us and got a future for us with him. All he asked for was to walk upright around me. You know what I'm saying? Believe that my son came down here. He allowed them to put hands on him. You know what I'm saying? That was allowed. That wasn't just because he was weak. That had to happen. He paid the price for us to be back with him. You know what I mean? So with that, all he asking is for us, look here, man, take some of this time to read. I know you got your hustle and bustle and people got all that with a job. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of the kids, trying to go to the gym, doing all that other stuff. But take some time. You know what I'm saying? I know there ain't no pictures in the Bible, so that may throw some of us off. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and read it anyway. Yeah. They got an audio Bible if you want to if you don't like to read, if it puts you to sleep. Listen to his word any kind of way that you can. Start praying to him. You know what I'm saying? Above asking for everything, it's dope to ask for everything too, because he wants you to come at him with everything that concerns, you know what I'm saying, yourself. But do some time like getting a relationship with him, you know?
We have people in this world. It's crazy that we have people in this world that are terrified to break man's law.
Yeah.
But they don't give a second thought to ignoring God's laws. And for those of you of the so-called, excuse me, I'm woke crowd.
Oh, man.
If you're not paying attention to these signs, you're in for a very rude awakening. We need to think about this while God is pleading with us to change our ways, because when he decides to act, there will be no pleading, no questions asked. Time has run out.
Real talk, man.
There will be none of that. None of that. And before we get up out of this one, you know what I'm saying, I want to go back and I want to touch on one of those signs again.
Right.
And that one is no natural affection, because to me, this one really, really sticks out the most, in my opinion, like I said earlier. And I want to go back to these wars that's being fought right now. Well, mainly the conflict between Israel and Hamas, the Palestinian government, I believe they are, whoever they are.
Right.
This war has been very brutal, very graphic, very tragic on both sides.
Yeah.
We've seen infants. I mean, we've seen images of infants, little kids, innocent men and women, pregnant women, gruesomely murdered for no reason at all. No natural affection.
Right.
And people will say, well, you don't know the whole story, so you really can't speak on it. But I don't think any of us needs to hear the whole story to be able to determine that taking the life of an innocent child is wrong.
Real talk, man.
You know what I'm saying? On both sides. Make that clear. And for anybody to try to justify these actions, again, just shows us that we are living in these critical times where there is no natural affection. And the Bible said that these times, the Bible told us that in these times that the love of the greater number would cool off. Meaning it would be almost non-existent.
Cold.
The only place you would probably be able to find love is if it's in your family. If you got a family that's loving and caring. Everybody ain't even got them these days.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So we are there in these times. And I understand, that the anger and the hurt that Israel is feeling because, Hamas, what Hamas done to those people was an act of the devil, even though those members of Hamas were screaming, God is great. If you truly know God, then you know God was not with them.
Yeah, I don't know what God they're talking
at
about.
all. He was not with them. It was done in the name of the God of this system of things, and we know that's the devil.
Word.
So I understand the anger, not to mention the hostages that's still being held. That they're starting to let them go, but there's still some that are being held, and even still, I just want to say this: there's a difference between defending yourself,
right,
and avenging yourself. Two different things. Now, when you're being attacked and you have to defend yourself or do whatever you have to do to defend yourself, even if it means you have to kill the person that's attacking you. Yeah. You're allowed to defend yourself.
Oh yeah.
But when that altercation is over and you go get your people,
yeah, you still hunting, people, yeah, tooling up,
bring out all the big guns and you go looking for them people.
Yeah.
That's revenge.
Yeah.
That's revenge, you know what I'm saying? And God told us,
vengeance is mine.
God told us, you know what I'm saying, like that, vengeance belongs to him and that we should leave it up to him. That's like if a gang here. It's like if a gang goes and shoots up a bunch of people, they kill a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And the police comes down, they go to the neighborhood the gang is from, they kill everybody in the gang. And they kill everybody that lives in the same neighborhood as the gang. That's basically what I see Israel doing right now. Because I have not seen one dead Hamas person on TV yet. All I've seen was dead kids and women. Now I know the media has a tendency of, showing one side of the story, but that's all that's being shown. Yeah. If this is a war against them, it seems like to me it's a war against the people of Palestine. Seems like to me, but it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And the way I heard Israel explain themselves is simply, there's going to be casualties of war. Again, no natural affection. For none of these innocent people, they have no natural affection. These are human beings whom you have no right to take their lives.
Man.
And I'm still speaking on both sides. Don't get it twisted. I'm not taking sides.
No doubt, man.
I want to read real quick what God tells us about revenge. and trying to avenge yourselves. For everybody who think, no, they right for going over there, or anybody that's thinking about taking revenge. In Romans 12:19, it says, do not avenge yourselves, beloved, but yield place to wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says Jehovah. So God is telling us avenging ourselves does not belong to us, no matter how angry we are. Now, I know in some situations we may feel that, we have the right and we justified to act if somebody wrongs us.
Right.
Or somebody we love. Again, if it's self-defense, nothing wrong with that. But going after the person,
Yeah, well, dog, we don't know how to take care of vengeance, because once we do it, we finna lose our mind. We finna take all of it, all of our understanding out there, and then like what you said, like, okay, well, we talking about even gang stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because gangs is the same way as these upper scale wars. It's the same thing. This side gonna go ahead and hit this side. Now this side gonna come back and hit this side. You know what I'm saying? Don't care about what window this bullet going through, what child finna get hit. Because ain't nobody went to shooting class real good. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be something like that. So it's all it's going to do. Satan loves just doing like that. Now we got to clean it up. We done talked to older gangster dudes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys is very remorseful about what they've done before. Yeah, but they older, and now they done kind of cooled off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the young ones is so hot and active because the enemy, Satan, when I say enemy, he want to keep conflict going on. Whether it's country, whether it's state, whether it's city, whether it's borough, whether it's neighborhood or project or any of that kind of stuff. This is the thing that he likes to do, to keep people at a conflict. Yeah. And they end up killing each other just for no reason at all. So what I'm saying is, when God say, let vengeance be mine, I'm going to righteously judge this out. Because one thing you think that you could do, you can't get away from him. You know what I'm saying? So he's seeing all this stuff, even if it feels like I'm not getting no justice. Trust me. If you believe in God, there is going to be justice. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing he ain't is a liar.
A lot of people feel like they less than a man if they don't respond to disrespect. If they don't respond to disrespect.
Yeah.
But I can assure you that God's definition of a real man is nothing close to the world's definition of a real man.
Word up.
And I honestly feel the world's definition of a man has gotten lost and distorted.
Yeah.
Purposely.
Yeah, purposely.
Purposely. It has gotten lost and distorted. We say this to you all like many times before. The only way out of this mess that we are in this world, everything you see going on in this world, the only way out of this is God.
Period.
There is no other answer. There is no other salvation other than God, other than what he has offered to us. Do not make the mistake by underestimating God and thinking that he's going to allow this world to continue how it is forever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to end it with this scripture right here. You know what I'm saying? 2 Peter 3:9 says, Jehovah is not slow concerning his promise, as some people consider slowness, but he is patient with you because he does not desire anyone to be destroyed, but desires all to attain to repentance. Like we said earlier, come to God now.
Time is now.
While he is pleading with you. Don't wait till it's too late. Pay attention to the signs. Act now and believe what it says. 1 John 2:17 says, furthermore, the reason why you should pay attention, because in 1 John 2:17 it says, furthermore, the world is passing away, and so is its desires. But the one who does the will of God remains forever. I don't know about y'all, but I'm accepting that invitation. I know I got a lot to change, a lot to fix, a lot of reassessing to do, but it's worth it. When you think about what God is offering and what this world is offering,
it don't compare.
They don't win. They can't even cheat to win.
Nah.
To win that battle.
Nah.
Like, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And as always, we thank y'all for lending us your ears. Thank you for your subscriptions. If you have not subscribed, please do so now. Check out our page, our YouTube channel, Crazy Bone, Truth Talks. Follow us on IG. This is Truth Talks. And also hit us up on the email, truthtalksonlytruth@gmail. Once again, y'all always know the truth is always talking.
You just gotta shut up and listen.
Shh.
You just gotta listen.
Real talk that we talk about.
You just gotta listen.
Real
You
talk
just
that
gotta
we talk
listen.
about.